everybody, it's Catalina. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to Kefir Dairy. Kefir is a yogurt-like drink, and the process is a fermentation process where you take dairy and you ferment it and you turn it into kefir. Now what happens when you ferment it is that the sugars break down and the bacteria that are present in the milk start to eat the lactose out of the milk and turning it into super duper probiotic nutrition and then increasing the nutrition of the milk 100 times. So what's really cool about this is, besides it being ultra nutritious, the lactose is eaten out of the milk. So people who are lactose intolerant can most likely tolerate kefir. And it's extra good for you, and this is what you need to do. First you need, I usually kefir about a gallon of milk at a time, but today we're just going to do half a gallon. So you'll need 2 jars for half a gallon. These are 24-ounce jars, and you'll need their respective lids. And then half a gallon of milk. I leave a little bit of extra room at the top of each jar so that I can add my super secret ingredient, which is heavy whipping cream. Naughty, naughty. But it makes it super, super creamy and fabulous. And then you're going to need a kefir starter. This is little packets of freeze-dried probiotic bacteria, so healthy bacteria. And thanks to Donna Gates and the Body Ecology Company, they make this super easy for you, because there are other ways of making kefir by using kefir grains, and it's a lot of work. So if you want to give that a try, God love you, but it's a kind of this is just a quick and easy way to do it. And you can get this on dedicatedwellness.com. So you need one of these packets, and you can kefir up to a gallon of milk with 1 packet. And what's really cool about this is there's 6 packets in here, and each packet can ferment up to 7 gallons or 7 times the amount of kefir. So in other words, say this is all kefired and this is all I have left, and I've got maybe this much left. I can take this much kefir and I can re-inoculate another gallon of milk with this much of what I've already made. So this is your packet here, basically, and you can do that up to 7 times with each packet. So that's really economical. This becomes a very inexpensive way to get tons of nutrition, and it's such a good food on the go. So if you're someone who skips breakfast, if you're just someone who needs a quick meal, it's such a great thing to make shakes with. You put bananas in it, you put berries in it, you can put a handful of nuts in it and blend it up in the magic bullet, and you've got yourself a full meal. So you also need a saucepan, and this is optional, but I use a blender before and after once it's kefired, and I'll show you how. So the first thing you need to do is, and this is super easy, it's easier than boiling water because you don't actually bring it to a boil. All you're going to do is put this on the stove on very low heat, and you're going to bring this milk to body temperature. So the best way, don't get a thermometer, don't worry about any of that. Just the best way to do it is, as it's on the stove, keep a close eye on it. Stick your pinky finger into the milk once in a while, your clean pinky finger, and check and see. It should feel like nothing. You shouldn't feel cold and it shouldn't feel warm. It should just feel neutral, the same temperature as your body. If it's too warm, turn it off and let it cool down to that temperature. So you don't want to put the kefir in the kefir starter into warm milk or into hot milk, because it will kill the bacteria that are in here, and it won't kefir. So I'm going to put this on the stove, and then we're going to come back once. Hi, we're back. So we've warmed up the milk to body temperature, and I put in 1 packet of the culture starter into the blender, and now I'm going to blend it, but just for a second or 2. That's it. You don't want to really get those bacteria spinning in there, because they probably don't like it very much. So I just want to make sure that the bacteria gets dispersed evenly throughout the whole amount of milk, instead of pouring half into one jar and half into the next jar. That's why I do it that way. And then you pour your milk into your jar. Remember, leaving just a little bit of room at the top for your cream if you're going to add it. There you go. A little cream, a little delicious cream. You can put more, but that's all I had left, so there you go. Now, put your lid on tightly, securely. So what you can do is you can wrap these up in a towel. You can put them into your oven and turn your oven light on. The oven is off. And you can leave them in there for 17 to 24 hours and they'll be ready. That's if it's warm outside. If it's cold, if it's winter, if you live in a really cold place, you might want to think of putting them on top of a heating pad. You want to keep them at 72 to 75 degrees. So that's pretty warm, and if it's any cooler than that, they won't ferment, they won't kefir. So warmer is better, and if you leave it any longer than 24 hours, they start to get a little chunkier and a little more tart. And then if you leave it for, more than a day, it starts to solidify, and that's when you can start to make cheese from it. But that's a different video. So that's really it. So all you have to do now is once they're ready, you take them out of the cupboard, you refrigerate them, and then you can either just drink it right from the jar, you can add just half of it to a shake and make a breakfast shake. You can have a little bit after a meal. It helps. It's great for digestion. And that's it.